You handle interruptions better because you know they're temporary. You say no to distractions more confidently because you've already said yes to your mission. Speaking purpose into your day also gives you clarity. You don't waste time guessing what matters most. You already decided that before you walked out the door. It brings alignment. Your actions match your intentions. You don't just hope for a good day, you build one. You don't wait for motivation. You show up already motivated by purpose. And that shift in mindset changes how you work, how you speak, how you respond to challenges. People talk about being tired all the time, but a lot of that tiredness isn't physical. It's emotional, it's spiritual, it's the exhaustion of living without aim, without reason. But when you're living with purpose, you may still get tired, but it's a different kind of tired. It's the kind that comes from giving your all to something that matters. It's the kind of tired that feels fulfilling, not empty. Letting go of your past frees you to grow and move forward. So many people are stuck, not because they don't have potential, not because they lack opportunities, but because they keep dragging the weight of their past into every new day. They wake up with a full heart, but a heavy mind. Regret, guilt, shame, heartbreak, failure, it plays on a loop like a song that won't stop, and it drowns out everything else. They've allowed one bad decision, one mistake, one chapter to define the whole story. But here's the truth. Your past may have shaped you, but it doesn't have to trap you. You are not your failure. You are not your pain. You are not the version of you that didn't know better back then. Every morning you wake up, you're being given permission to start fresh. Life gives you a blank page, but it's up to you to stop rewriting the same chapter. Letting go doesn't mean you erase the past or pretend it didn't happen. It means you take the lesson, you take the strength, and you leave the rest. You stop replaying conversations that are over. You stop blaming yourself for choices you can't unmake. You stop punishing yourself for being human. Growth only happens in the present, but it's blocked when your mind is stuck in the past. There are people who carry around old labels, things they were called years ago by people who didn't see their value. They internalize those words and start to wear them like truth. But those labels only stick if you keep answering to them. When you let go of who you used to be, you make space for who you're becoming. You open yourself to possibility again. You allow yourself to dream, to try, to believe. It takes courage to move forward. It takes faith to release what's behind. But freedom lives on the other side of letting go. You can't pour new blessings into a cup that's already full of old pain. And too many people wake up every day trying to fix what's behind them instead of building what's ahead. You weren't created to rewind. You were created to rise. That means learning how to forgive yourself. That means choosing not to be defined by the version of you that did know what you know now. That means walking into each day saying, I'm not carrying yesterday with me. That one choice can change everything. People often think the past has a grip on them, but the truth is, it's their grip on the past that keeps them bound. And until you decide to loosen that grip, you'll keep reliving pain that no longer belongs in your life. The power to move forward is already in you. You don't need closure. You don't need a perfect explanation. What you need is the courage to look at your reflection and say, I deserve peace. Peace doesn't come from rewriting the past. It comes from releasing it. And the moment you release it, you create room for healing, for growth, for opportunities that couldn't reach you while you were still looking backward. Protecting your peace is essential for sustained progress. In a world that constantly pulls at your attention, drains your energy, and demands more than it gives, peace is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Too many people confuse being busy with being productive or being available with being valuable. They say yes to everything and everyone, then wonder why they feel so exhausted, so burned out, so disconnected. But the truth is, if you don't protect your peace, the world will rob you of it. Peace doesn't just happen. You have to fight for it, guard it, and prioritize it like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. There are people who bring chaos the moment they step into your space. They come with negativity, drama, criticism, or emotional baggage they expect you to carry, and if you're not careful, you'll absorb it. You'll internalize their stress, their bitterness, their toxic energy. That's why setting boundaries is not about being rude, this is about being wise. You don't have to answer every call. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't owe unlimited access to people just because you've known them a long time. Protecting your peace means choosing yourself without guilt. It means knowing when to walk away, when to stay quiet, and when to let go. Your environment affects your energy more than you realize. If your surroundings are always loud, cluttered, or emotionally charged, your spirit stays on edge. You can't create in chaos. You can't heal in noise. You can't focus when you're constantly being pulled in 100 directions. That's why you have to be intentional about what you allow into your mind, your heart, and your home. Sometimes peace means turning off the TV, putting the phone on silent, or stepping away from the crowd. It's not isolation, it's self-preservation. Peace also comes from within. It's not just about avoiding drama. It's about managing your own thoughts, your inner dialogue, your self-talk, the stories you tell yourself. They shape your entire experience. If your mind is constantly filled with worry, comparison, regret, or self-criticism, you'll never feel grounded no matter how quiet the outside world is. Protecting your peace means replacing that noise with truth, gratitude, and perspective. It means giving yourself grace on the hard days and celebrating yourself on the good ones. Progress doesn't thrive in turmoil. When your peace is protected, your focus sharpens. Your decisions get clearer. Your creativity flows. You stop second-guessing yourself and start trusting your intuition. You become more present, more mindful, more connected to your purpose. You start showing up from a place of strength rather than survival. That shift is powerful. Because when your peace is intact, it doesn't matter what storm is around, you stayed anchored. There's always going to be noise in the world. There's always going to be something fighting for your attention. But when you wake up every day and make the conscious decision to protect your peace, you reclaim control. You stop living reactively and start living intentionally. You stop leaking energy and start preserving it for what truly matters. Believing in divine favor opens doors beyond your imagination. There are some things in life you can plan for, work for, hustle for, and you should. But there's another level of blessing that doesn't come from your effort alone. It comes from grace. It comes from believing that something bigger than you is working on your behalf. That's what divine favor is. It's when things start happening that you couldn't have orchestrated even if you tried. Is when the timing is too perfect, the opportunity too aligned, the breakthrough too timely for it to be coincidence. That's favor. And when you start each day by declaring that you are walking in favor, you begin to attract that energy. You stop seeing life as random and start seeing it as guided. You stop worrying about how everything will happen and start trusting that it will. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. Favor isn't a free pass to be lazy or careless. It's not a shortcut. It's a spiritual push that moves you further than you could go on your own. When you believe you're walking in favor, you walk with confidence. You stop being intimidated by closed doors because you know the right ones will open. You stop being shaken by delays because you trust in perfect timing. You stop begging for opportunities because you understand what's meant for you cannot miss you. That belief changes how you carry yourself. You stop chasing and start attracting. When you see yourself as favorite, you treat yourself with more value. You set higher standards. You stop settling for less than what you know you deserve. You walk into rooms with the quiet understanding that you belong, not because you have all the qualifications, but because grace qualified you. You start expecting the best, not in an arrogant way, but in a faithful way. Your energy becomes magnetic because people can feel when someone is aligned with a greater purpose. You don't panic when things go wrong because you believe even setbacks are setups. Even detours are part of the design. That's what favor teaches you, that your journey isn't random and your life isn't limited to what you see right now. Believing in divine favor also helps you release control. You no longer have to micromanage every outcome, manipulate every situation, or carry the pressure of figuring everything out. You show up, you do your part, and then you trust that the rest is being handled. That kind of faith brings peace. It brings freedom. It quiets anxiety and silences fear. You stop living in survival mode and start living in surrender. Not weakness, but trust. That trust becomes your foundation. Some people will look at your life and not understand how certain things happen for you. They'll say it's luck. They'll say it's timing. But you'll know the truth. You'll know it was favor, that unseen hand that moved things in your favor, that quiet whisper that told you to wait just a little longer, that divine alignment that brought the right people, the right words, the right breakthrough at exactly the right moment. And it all starts with belief. You can't receive what you don't believe in. You have to wake up every day expecting favor, looking for it, thanking God for it, even before it arrives. That kind of belief doesn't just change your mindset, it changes your life.